How's everybody doing? Doing well. I don't think I can ever get used to it, but hopefully one day. But it's a blessing just to be here, represent Ohio State, represent this great university and Buckeyes. So I'm having a good time. For me, I mean, I don't really look at it as pressure. I just look at it as having fun. I mean, and it's a responsibility. And I mean, sadly, we didn't reach that goal last year, but I mean, we're just gonna learn from that. So the great thing is that we have another year to do it. So I'm just excited for that, ready to have fun. Yeah, I just, my bad, I forgot to do this, but I want to thank God for letting me be here. Give him all the glory and praise. What was the question again? I mean, for me, just, I mean, like you said, just having a whole year under my belt, understanding that, like, just being myself is good enough. Not doing too much, not being extra, not trying to make crazy plays, just doing the right things the right way. And then when it's time to make a play, make a play. So I definitely feel like that's the mindset I have now. Right. I think definitely, if you ask me what a quarterback is, I definitely think I would say a leader. Uh, and I mean, I think on and off the field, I think off the field is probably more important. If you build trust, I think leadership is all about trust. If I have trust for my guys, and they'll do anything for me, and I can do anything for them. So, yeah, I do invite a lot of my teammates over. Uh, Either side of the ball, even if you're a specialist, I don't care, lineman. I'll cook something or I'll order some, and then we just eat, have a good time, talk, play the game, do whatever, just have fun, just be boys. So, I definitely think that's important just to build that trust off the field. So on the field, we just ride for each other. You ask them. I mean, I can make a little bit of everything. You feel me? So, I think I got a couple of options. For me, I mean, I think I'm a natural born leader. I think I've been called to be a leader, not just in football, but just as a man of God. So, it was never nothing new. Like I was doing this stuff. I mean, freshman year. So, it's just now kind of gets a little bit more talked about, which I understand. But I definitely think that prepared me for being more of a leader. Like being, of course, as a quarterback, you're always a guy, but like I think when you come to a place like Ohio State, I mean, you have over millions of fans, millions of people who love Ohio State, love the Buckeyes. Now you're leading them in a sense as well. So I definitely feel that, and I respect that responsibility, and I try to do my best to be the best I can be. Honestly, I think I do everything. Like I'm very vocal. Sometimes I think I'm too vocal. Uh, I try to keep it real just because I feel like those who keep it real with you in your life are the ones who do care. So I mean, I try to call my guys out, but I often tell them to call me out if I'm doing something wrong, just because I like constructive criticism as well. And then I mean, lead by example type of guy as well. I'm first one in, last one out. Watch a lot of film. I mean, I can probably tell the defense what the offense is gonna do just because off of film. So I mean, I do watch a lot, but I mean, it's other things that I have in my leadership ability, and I think probably the most important one is just be able to relate. I can relate to everybody on the team, like from the different cultures to different backgrounds to who, you name it. I probably can relate to them in some type of way, or I can understand where they come from and put myself in their shoes. So I think the leading by example way, just because I mean, before I met Coach Mick, I probably never touched a weight before, and now I'm like 220, and like I can lift a lot more than I used to. I'm decently strong, not crazy strong, but I think maybe that, and he's the one who really like drove me into making myself like that because I didn't want to be that at all. I wanted to just play football. I was like, Coach Mick, I can throw, it'll work. He's like, Nah, you're gonna get hurt. Like you got to lift. So that was one of the reasons why I even chose Ohio State was because of Coach Mick. Like 189, 192. Like I gained like 30 pounds, but a lot of muscle, so it's cool. Right. Notre Dame is, I mean, a great team. Do a lot of great things. Greatly coached. They do a great job on the defense side. Have some great players, great dynamic players. So they do a lot of different things up front. They like to twist, turn. I mean, some different fronts. And then, I mean, on the back end, not too sure because I think they changed defensive coordinators. Um, but at the same time, I mean, I'm ready for everything. I try to do at least. But with a team like that, man, you just got to respect them. And I think it's gonna be a battle. And it's gonna be a great game. Right. For me, I mean, it's exciting for me just because like I've always dreamed of games like this. You know what I mean? Like since a kid, like prime time, night game, everybody watching. Like that's what you want if you're a competitor. So for me, it's just a blessing from God to have the opportunity. So I'm super excited to go out there, compete with them boys and see what they're about. So I'm definitely super excited. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I try to stay in my lane, but I did work with Drew Pine at the Elite 11 and at a couple other events, and he's a good dude. I definitely rock with him off the field, but he can spin it as well. So I mean, I'm not sure. And I know Tyler. He from home. He from I think San Diego, I believe, and he's a good quarterback as well. So I mean, I'm excited to see. I mean, who comes out. I definitely think that's fun. But I mean, I try to stay in my lane. I think it's cool. I definitely think that it's a unique situation. I wish that I would have been able to play at the Coliseum. That was always been a goal of mine to play in the Coli. Of course, I got to play in the Rose Bowl, which was amazing. But I definitely want to play USC, but it's okay. But I definitely think it's a good opportunity, not only just for the Big Ten, but also for recruits. I know, like even me being a California kid, it was hard for me to leave home, and but I wanted to play in the Big Ten and play against other competition. So this gives them that opportunity. You know what I mean? So same thing with the Big Ten kids, like the Midwest kids. If they want to go to the West Coast, now they can come back home every now and then. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that it's a positive thing. Right. Yeah, I definitely have some buddies that go to USC, UCLA, even some that go to Oregon and whatnot. So they definitely tell me it is a positive of being close to home. But at the same time, I think for me, I wanted to get away. That was my personal preference, just because I just felt like I didn't have anything else I needed to do back home. Plus, that's a whole different conversation. But um, they tell me that they enjoy being there, which I appreciate. So I mean, I hope the best in them. But I like Ohio State. Right. Being a finalist definitely was just a blessing. I've been dreaming of that moment for my whole life, ever since I dedicated my life to football. And for God to just bless me like that, as quick that it came, it was amazing. And I know that I went through everything that I went through just to get to that moment. And of course, like I'm not satisfied with it, but it is a goal, and I'm just gonna appreciate it. But I mean, I'm moving on from that and just working. I definitely think that I'm not really focusing too much on just the Heisman. I just want to win. I just want to go 1-0 a week, 1-0 game, 1-0 a film session, 1-0 in practice. I feel if you do that and you stack days, then things like that could come. So I'm just hoping for the best with that. Right, yeah. Me and Jackson, I think our relationship started all the way back when we were in recruitment. And I remember just seeing some light skinned dude that looked like me from Texas, and he was balling at the opening. And I was like, "Oh, who's that dude?" He's like, "He committed to Ohio State." Now, not a coincidence, but God somehow made it to where we connected. And right when we got to school, we had a good connection. Uh, Still to this day, it's one of my brothers. It's one of my best friends. And I mean, we kind of just like match well together. We get each other, and I definitely think the stuff that we do off the field does play into what we do on the field, and that's what our chemistry comes from. So I'm super excited. Also excited to play with the other guys too. So it's gonna be really cool. Anybody else? Yeah, I'm definitely something like that definitely does stick in your mind. But you got to be able to move on and just learn from it. I feel like every failure that you don't learn from is a L, but every failure that you do learn from is a W. So I definitely just learn from it, learn how to game manage better from that game, when to take the shot, when not to, moving in the pocket. There's a lot of different things you can take from that game, and I think it more as a positive. Honestly, I know it sounds weird to say, but I mean, I'm living my dream. You know what I mean? Like even though I wanted to win so bad, and I'll have another opportunity, hopefully, by the glory of God. So, yeah, just definitely working towards that in the off season, and it's always in the back of my mind. So, no, that's always a rivalry. To me, I mean, I don't care if we beat them 100 times or they beat us. Like it doesn't really matter. Like at the end of the day, I wouldn't say it's like bad blood off the field, but in the sense like we just it's two great traditions on both sides, two great programs and great players on both sides that both have dudes in the NFL doing it now. So I mean, it's respect both ways, but at the same time, it is a war. Right, yeah, I'll touch on that again for sure. Yeah, I like to have just dudes over just to build trust, just being me myself being a leader, not just leading by example or leading on the field, but off as well, just showing them kind of my lifestyle, how I live, and just try to show the younger dudes that there's other ways than just balling on the field. You can be successful as a businessman too. So I show them some different things that I do in the NIL space, and just cook for them, just have fellowship, have a brotherhood. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you think about that game for forever. I mean, I'm not sure. Definitely still thinking about it to this day. But at the end of the day, you got to move on. You got to go play the next game. I mean, I'm blessed to even be where I'm at. So it is what it is. Yeah, for me, it's definitely been amazing and a blessing in my life. Definitely, it's changed my life for the future. And I think it's a jump start to be a businessman before you get to the NFL, or if that is your path. So I mean, for me, uh, excuse me, I definitely try to just keep the main thing the main thing. I mean, if my NIL deals come and I have a team, I work with Athletes First with David Mugieta and Brian Burney, who's my marketing agent, and they do a great job of just letting me pick and choose on what I want to do and what I don't want to do. And really, other than that, it's just football for me. So I just keep the main thing the main thing, and when it's time to be a businessman, I put that shirt on and do that. So. Right. It definitely is a balance, and you do need rest. Like for me, sleeping is the key. So I just try to rest a lot. And then on top of that, just working out is hard in its own. So you definitely got to just be prepared to do that and wake up the next day and do your responsibility with the NIL space. So it definitely is tough, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's what we asked for. You signed the contract, so me just being a man, like you got to stand on your word and do it. So, but to me, it's a blessing. Like I wouldn't want it any other way. I definitely think I feel bad for the older players that didn't have the opportunity to like get money from this, like Braxton Miller, Cardell Jones, Justin, just many dudes that came before me that I respect that should have made a killing. So it's just good now the players that have control when it comes to our money. Yeah, I mean, they have a great defense, great front. Their DBs are both special, 6 and 5. Definitely are rangy, long dudes. Especially 5 is 6 is really quick when it comes to his feet work. and they do a lot of great things. I mean, their safety is really good. I know they got the guy from Northwestern, Brandon Joseph. He's a great player. We played against him my freshman year. And then they're bringing back some linebackers as well that do a good job, and they're veteran. So I mean, you got to just be ready for everything. So I mean, just me and my preparation. I try to treat every game every other game like if I was playing against Tulsa last year, if I was playing against Michigan State. Every game I try to do the same, so I don't try to like psych myself out or make it the moment too big. So I'm really excited for that game. Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. I definitely am. I don't know. I like a lot of different things. I am a football head, but at the same time, I do like getting away. So I love basketball. So like I play basketball a lot. That like clears my mind whenever I don't want to think about football. So and then I like movies and TV shows. So I'll sit on my couch whenever I have free time, watch a movie, watch a TV show, and just try to get away. And I think that definitely is something that I do enjoy. Thank you. Right. I just think that it's like Rocket was explaining earlier, and I thought it made a lot of sense. Was where as a defensive player, I mean, of course, of offense, like you have scheme and things that you need to execute, but as defense, you want to play freely. You want to do what you're called to do, what your talents are. I definitely think Coach No's defense does that, and it's definitely challenging for me in practice, which I do enjoy, just because I mean I like challenges and I think if the harder it is in practice, the easier it'll be in the game. So just seeing that and seeing them make plays in practice is amazing for me. Just to see that both ways it'll be even this year and we'll both be really good. Um, I mean, there's a lot of ways I feel like you can work on toughness, and for us, it's working with Coach Mick. He's definitely a hard body, uh, Pennsylvania type of guy. So he's a little extreme in his ways, but I mean it works, and it's helped my life extremely. So I do appreciate him and his ways to get us tough. Yeah, for sure. I definitely. That's why I do like the in space because it gives us the opportunity to jumpstart that and to maybe even feel like what it is to be an NFL quarterback. Of course, you don't really know until you're there. But for me, like I've been really busy this summer, but I feel like I balance it really well with still getting my workouts in and still doing those things to make sure that I keep the main thing. But at the same time, like you said, like I have a business to uphold and I have a family I need to feed as well, just like everybody else. So I've always kind of thought this way, just because I know the benefits football does do for your life. But at the same time, it is a responsibility off the field. So I try to balance it both ways and give back. I think the in space for me definitely is amazing for me just to benefit from all the different avenues that you can. But for me, I like giving back. So I mean, I've done a couple jobs. I'm starting a nonprofit. So I'm doing different things just to give back to the community, and then for me to give back to home. I would just say it's a blessing. I think that's all I can say with that. It's definitely been um, pretty quick. Like if I blink my eyes, like I was just in high school, like getting ready when the COVID hit, but like getting ready for graduation. You know what I mean? So definitely just a blessing in my life to be able to touch so many people, inspire others. I think that's definitely the most exciting part of my life. Like all the football stuff is cool and stuff, but like seeing kids come up to me and ask me like and tell me that they want to be like me is like it's very amazing for me. So I definitely appreciate that. But I definitely think that everything happens for a reason, and God prepared me for this moment. So I feel like that's why I'm thriving now. But I hope to keep doing that through Him. All right. The most eye opening thing for me, it's tough, man. It's a lot of things. I probably just say, like you said, just the idea of people like kind of recognizing me, like. I went on vacation, and I was like out the country, and somebody recognized me. I was like, "What the heck?" Like, it's kind of cool, but it is scary at the same time because, I mean, I'm not really used to that, and I'm not used to staring, like people staring at me. Like where I'm from, that's kind of weird, I guess. So I try to. I'm getting used to it though. So, but I try to just remain careful with what I do. Uh, I mean, I feel like when it comes to the Rose Bowl, like with the running back out there, I think he did a good job. Like, I mean, they got thrown in the fire, but at the end of the day, it's not our fault. Like, we got to make plays. Like, we got a family to feed too. So, but Jackson, like, he would have did that against the best corner in the country. Like, I got that much faith in that dude. So it doesn't really matter who's we're going against. In my eyes, is what they're gonna do with us. You know what I mean? So, I definitely think he'll show that this year, along with Marvin, along with Cameron Babb, Julian Fleming, Emeka Ibuka, and some other guys that are Xavier Johnson also who's stepping up, and some other dudes that will step up, like in the tight end room as well, like Cade Stover, G. Scott Jr., Joe Royer. Then our running backs, Trey Henderson, Mayan Williams, Evan Pryor. These dudes are all amazing. So it's just amazing for me not to just work with great players, but great human beings. Yeah, right. We just gotta do us. I mean, we don't got nothing to prove. We don't gotta prove nobody right. We just gotta prove nobody wrong, but we gotta just prove ourselves right. I mean, no matter what you do in your life, I feel like anything, somebody's always gonna have something to say. So you might as well just do you. So like, if we run the ball good, so be it. If we don't, as long as my teammates is happy and I'm happy and Coach Day is happy and and the Buckeye fans are happy, I'm cool. Like it's never gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? So that's just the game of football. Um, like you said, their tradition is rich, just like ours. So, two great fan bases that come from a lot of past, not conflict, but past this lineage. You know what I mean? That's handed down with great players. But in the locker room, I mean, we having fun right now. It's the off season. We enjoying ourselves. We're really not too focused on what they're thinking. We just focus on us. But of course, we're working for that, and definitely when the time comes, we'll be ready. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've been studying them for a couple months now, and I'm pretty sure they've done the same. So I just think that's normal. Yeah, I mean it really doesn't matter if it's in a week. If it's not, I'm not really. I mean, it's not my job to create the schedule, so I can only just do what I can. So whatever the case may have been for, if it was the first game or second, I mean, I feel like I do the same each and every week, no matter what the team. So it really doesn't matter. It's okay. Um, when they came over, I made soul food. So I made like some mac and cheese, some fried chicken, some waffles. I probably made a couple other things if I can remember. But I learned how to cook from my mom. And then like just like little recipes like on TikTok and stuff that'll help me. So I know I like to just help my teammates out, like just enjoy time with them. Just like we're humans too, you know what I mean? Like we're still normal people. We like to do normal things. I feel like we sit there, we have great conversation, play the game, do whatever, you know, just be boys. So it's a good time. Yeah, I mean, our relationship is still been intact. Of course, we're both busy and we're both doing our own thing, so it's not too much communication. But whenever I see him, it's all love. And I mean, he says he likes the NFL. He says it's definitely a business, it's definitely a job he has, and that's what you expect. So I'm really happy for him, and I'm excited to see what he does this season. I went to the Virgin Islands. Yeah, so it was fun. Yeah, St. Thomas. Yes, sir. It was amazing. Really good time. Right. Yeah. Definitely this season. This past season has definitely opened up our eyes. The closer we are, the better we'll be, I feel. So it's definitely been cool just to build time with my brothers. And this is, I think, our first real offseason because even last year we still had some COVID issues in the 2021 offseason. So this is the first time we've actually had to be able to do stuff. We went paintballing, like just little stuff like that, excuse me, that we do that just builds camaraderie and builds trust, which I think is most important. The best who? Javante G. Matisse brought a real gun, like a real like paintball gun, which I think is cheating. But you know, it is what it is. Like defenses do cheat all the time, so it's good. Yeah. You name it, I got you. You come over. I'm messing with you, but nah, yeah, I can grill. I make soul food. I make Mexican food. I make Italian food. Like just, I don't know. I just like to look and to see if I want to make it, so I make it. Not my job. But I don't know, man. Who would you like? I'm asking you. No, it's fine. Uh, maybe shoot. Maybe another Pac-12 team like Washington. I think Washington's a really good team. I think they would last in the Big Ten for sure. So maybe Washington. I don't know. I'm not sure. I really don't care to be honest with you. For me, I mean, you can always make things better. Just just throwing. I mean, I think just me and him, we're with each other a lot. So like, I went home with him for the Fourth of July and spent time with him and his family in Dallas, and that was amazing just to see his family, to see how they do it. He came home, he came hung out with my family for spring break. So like, there's little stuff like that, and during that time we work out, we go train, we do different things, but more than that, it's just building it off the field. I think it's better. So that's what it's been. I mean, you always got to go out there and prove it. Nobody's gonna give us anything. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what. No offense to whoever makes the rankings or whatever, but those are just rankings for the people to see. So it's not really for us. You got to go out there and prove it. So uh, everything that we get has to be earned. Nothing will be given. So we working just for that. Like just because we had the number one offense last year doesn't mean we'll have it again. You know what I mean? So got to go out there and take it. I think it just shows you what type of coach Day is. Like he's a player's coach. He definitely is somebody who does care about us, not just on the field but also is off. I think he cares about us off more, honestly. So it's amazing just to see him kind of get behind us on that and just show us love when it comes to that because he knows that a lot of our team or some of our teammates would like money when it comes to this because we do work hard and we do deserve it. I feel so. I definitely appreciate him going out there and putting his word on the line for trying to get us some money. He's a smart guy. I mean, you ask him, I'm not sure. It's probably some numbers he probably put down, wrote it down, was like, yeah, 13 sound good. So, yeah, shout out Brian Shotstein, man. That dude's he's a beast when it comes to that, and he's not asking us for anything. He's just doing it out the kindness of his heart. So, thank you to the Shotstein family and what they do for Ohio State. But it's amazing, man, just to have that opportunity to work with these companies and build a relationship that could last forever. So that's definitely my mindset when it comes to NIL. It's just not this year, but the whole my whole career, my whole life. Man, it's made shoot, my mama's bills getting paid now. You know what I mean? So it's just amazing for me just to be able to provide for my family at 20 years old, which is amazing. And I have some stuff that I actually want that I dreamed about growing up, like driving in a Mercedes. You know what I mean? That's cool to wake up in the morning. And people often probably say like I won't be motivated just because of that, but to me, like I just love the game of football. So there's nothing that's gonna take me away from that. I can ride a Pontiac to the Woody. I really don't care. I'm still gonna get up and play. So I definitely appreciate the NIL, but it's not gonna stop anything from me like from football, with money or without. Right, yeah, he's the same dude, man. He's a goofball. Like, so I mean, he'll probably say the same about me. We both have our ways off the field that we both appreciate and respect about each other. And he's never changed, man. He's always been a hard worker. I think that'll never change him. That's why I appreciate him and his family just going to where he's from and talking to like the people that are in his city just to tell you how hard his dad pushed him. So I respect Mr. Njigba, how he pushed him and Kanan and his brother to that'll just show you how hard he works and why he works not the way he does. Y'all see it. Trust me. Y'all gonna see it. It's okay. Like at the end of the day, everybody got their own path. Like Julian will tell you that too. Like I know it's probably not what he wanted, but at the end of the day, that's what God called his path to be. And he probably learned more. Like I feel like anything in life, like that you want or that you have a goal of, if you're just handed it, then you won't be appreciative of it. Like, you got to go through things. So Julian definitely has been through it, like with injuries and different things sitting behind Chris. But he's learned so much, and he's this the most motivated and the most mature I've ever seen Julian in my life. So it's just good to see a brother not even turn it up on the football field, but just as a human, just as a man. I mean, it is what it is. We definitely have moved on and definitely still think about it and still work towards it. So just ready for this season and gonna have fun with that. I mean, we're always motivated. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. But yeah, motivated every year just to plan. I mean, it's the big rivalry in sports. So every year we're willing to put it on the line for them, put our neck on the line, which I feel like we've done and we will continue to do. I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely just having another year under my belt has been a lot, very helpful just to get my feet in the water and just realize being me is the best me. You know what I mean? Just I'm not saying that I try to force myself to be somebody else, but just being comfortable and being confident. So I definitely feel like that'll help me be a better leader and a better football player this season. Right. I definitely think that's something for even young players that I would give them advice for is just be yourself. Like, of course, I would never say I wasn't myself, but I would be sometimes too politically correct or trying to be like this. I don't know what type of dude I was. Wasn't trying to be like nothing weird, but at the end of the day, I wasn't being myself in certain aspects, and I felt that, and so I haven't changed in any sense, but I just been more myself. Does it what? I know. I am, and I do like privacy at the same time. I don't try to share too much, but I try to share enough just because I feel like my life is a responsibility. That's what God has called me to just be a leader. So I definitely try to show love and let people know that whatever they're going through or whatever they have been through isn't, they're not by themselves, you know what I mean? They have help and they have inspiration, they can look up to me. From our defense, definitely it's been. I wouldn't say more confusing, but just more different looks that I haven't seen from our defense. Like last year, we're strictly a 4-2, sometimes 4-3 base defense with a lot of fire zone, a lot of cover three, a lot of cover one, not too much too high or quarters. More so just 1 and 3. So different variations of that. So this year we've been running a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to put us on blast and give any of our secrets away. No, I'm just messing with you, but I definitely feel like there are some new things that we're doing on the defensive side of the ball that will surprise other defenses, or if not, just make us play better. Yeah, Rocket clowns me. He'll probably, I don't think he'll tell y'all, but I'll tell y'all. Rocket's a really good football player if y'all didn't know. Uh, but he picked me off on a seam, a 3-by-1 seam, and I just didn't see him. Like, They run like a weird kind of coverage where I'm gonna stop. But he picked me off, and I didn't see him because I just thought he would have rotated or moved. But it's just like risky. But he sat there and picked it off, which I respected, and that made me learn from my mistake. You know what I mean? So it's definitely good for that. I mean, I would probably counteract me having success last year. I feel like I maybe should have. I mean, I maybe did, but honestly, I don't think I really did a lot. I feel like I barely touched my potential. I feel like I can do a lot more, and hopefully, God blesses me with that opportunity, and I'm working for that. So, I definitely feel like that's my motivation. It's just, I mean, the reason I play football is just to dominate. I love just the feeling of just like dominating somebody. I think that's the nature of football. Of course, I'm not the physical guy on the field, but it's ways I do it myself, and I just like that. So that's probably my motivation. He's a great player. He's a Cali guy, so I respect that. Just him being from Northern California, I'm from Southern California, but I respect where he comes from and the plays that he does make is a good defensive end. Sets the edge really hard. He can do it all. He can get off the ball fast, and definitely he's a great player. So I'm excited to play against him. Yeah, I mean that's cool. I definitely. Uh, I don't have too many words about that. I mean, it's cool to see that they're thinking about me. I'm thinking about them. So okay. I do this a lot. Yeah, I do this a lot. Probably once or twice a week, if not once a week. So just try to mingle with my brothers and just have a good time. No, everybody. Yeah, like if anybody wants to come over, you're more than welcome. You know what I mean? No, not you. but or my mom mostly. But yeah, TikTok. Like if I want to like make something new or like I don't want to bug my mom because she probably getting tired of my cooking questions. But I like cooking. Toughness. I mean, just those all dudes that are tough, and I just need not need, but I expect um, Donovan Jackson, our young guy on the line, which he's been amazing. He asked me questions. He's been attentive. He's bigger, a really big body, very strong, and I expect him to dominate this year. And that's what I asked of him to do. And I like him because him and Paris are like kind of like the same type of dude that they like dominating too. And so we all kind of get along. But they asked me to push him. Like I don't like yelling at my linemen, but they asked me to yell at them, so I kind of get after them a little bit. But at the same time, I expect great things like Dewan. I love Dewan, man. He's the biggest kid you'll know, but he's a great dude. One of the best athletes I've ever met in my life. Like he can play basketball, but his ability, his footwork, and his ability to use his size, not against him but for him, has been amazing. Just to see, just like the laws of gravity. You know what I mean? So kind of like go against itself with his body. So it's really cool to see. But just everybody on the line, like Luke, he's stepping it up. He's way more less nervous, just like me, because we both were first time starters together. So that's why I love him to death. He'll be my brother for life. But he's super smart, smartest O lineman I've ever met in my life. So it's exciting to see on all phases. Then Paris back to his natural position. He's been doing really well, getting back normal to at that left tackle position and doing really well. Nothing displeased me. I just think I can always be better. There's always room for improvement. That's why I look at kind of like Tom Brady and his mindset. Like he comes back every year with something to prove that he has to be better, and I respect that because I mean it's a fight. It's a challenge every day for that. You know what I mean? It's not easy to do. It's not easy to get up. But plus with that, like everybody pats you on the back for just simple stuff. You know what I mean? Like stuff that I think I'm supposed to do, which I appreciate, but I don't really I don't pat myself on the back. I think I'm my biggest critic, so that's why I kind of hold that against not against myself, but for me. Yeah, I mean, I want to. I don't want to prove anything, but I definitely want to show that I can run the ball. But it was some things that just didn't cause me to do that, and If that is called, if my number is called to do that this year, then I will. So, but it's some other things that I definitely need to improve in. It's like game management has been my thing. I don't think I did a terrible job at it, but like just taking the check down, not forcing it down the field, just being a smart quarterback that holds up drives. Uh, it's been cool, like just to see like the transition of USC and UCLA these past couple years, and I know I'm not a fan of them, but I have friends, former teammates that go there, and for them to have the opportunity to come to this other side of the world, or excuse me, other side of the country, and to play against other players, I think is definitely a great thing. It's something that definitely we don't take for granted, and even for recruitment, like for a West Coast guy to come all the way to the Midwest, or a Midwest guy to go to the West Coast, like it makes it easier. Uh, I wouldn't say like I was being square, cause that's just not me in a sense. I mean, but just like I don't know. To be honest with you, like I wouldn't say like I would answer questions too right, but I would be sometimes be too honest and not protect my truth. And my guy Jerry and Mike, I don't know, they're probably somewhere over here, but they asked me to stop doing that. Probably like mid season. Yeah, just like I was like, man, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like just be myself, and that's when I started having fun. You know what I mean? Like, and that's who I am. You know what I mean? So I appreciate people around me letting me know that. So it's been cool just to like get back to myself. Right. Just because I felt it was the right way, but it's a right way to be yourself as well too. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be extra out. You don't gotta be ignorant or anything like that, which I'm not. But at the same time, like you can still be a businessman, but be yourself. You know what I mean? So it's definitely two different ways to do that. Uh, right. Yeah, I don't. That's like I said. I don't have to prove anybody wrong. I just want to prove myself right. And like, I mean, the reason why I kind of want to do it is because my boys from home call me. Because like, we talk a lot, and like they know I can run the ball. They like, bro, like you playing, bro. And I'm like, you don't know why I did it, and no one does except for me and Coach Day. But it's reasons why. But at the end of the day, like I can. So if it happens, it happens. It doesn't, it doesn't. Like I do my job. I think decently well. I don't think I'm terrible. But at the same time, I could be better in all aspects. All right. I got that. Yeah, it's in the bag. It's in the Duffy. No. Who? Nick Petit? You talking about Nick? Oh, nah, man. I ain't mad at Nick. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? It's the nicest dude you ever meet in your life. And I'm super excited for him with the Titans, man. I think he'll have a great opportunity there. But nah, I'm not mad at him, dude. It was a good run, though, but it was fun. Like, it was cool. Sliding in the snow and stuff. I do, and I don't at the same time, just because I am a private person. But at the same time, I feel like I do have a responsibility to give back and inspire others. So I try to do that at the same time, and just enjoy it. You know what I mean? Just be natural in my skin, and just realize that the position I am in is special. Just prayer, just a constant prayer, and just talking with my mom and just family and friends at home. Like they're definitely the reason why. Excuse me, I am who I am today, and so they was like just be you, excuse me, unapologetically you. So that's what I try to do. Yeah, for sure. We definitely talk about our issues or talk about whatever we're going through, and when we do that, I mean, it just makes it kind of easier to have a brother to go through that with. Yeah, I definitely think that's the standard at Ohio State. I would challenge them to be the top three defense. You know what I mean? Just because I have so much respect for those guys and know they can do it. So it's exciting to see like them getting right and doing the right things in the off season, getting prepared to dominate this year. So I'm really excited to see that. I definitely think we have some dudes that y'all probably even forgot about, like Cameron Babb. I definitely think he'll step up this year with a super big role, just because he's an older dude, but that dude can play. Like he's nice. So then, of course, Julian. Like Julian, y'all haven't really seen the real Julian yet, just because he's been injured and whatnot. So it's exciting to see him just work so hard and become a better person. On top of that, and then of course, Emeka and Marvin. And then we have a guy named Xavier Johnson who does a really good job. He's going to step up for us really big this year. I'm excited to see them do that. Yeah, he's. I've already admitted to this. Like he's the backbone of our team. He's called everybody to be better men, not just men, but men of God. He's called me to be a better man of God. So I appreciate him for pushing me and holding me accountable when it comes to that. And I definitely think that that all that will pay off. Just the versatility and the depth that we have. Like our D line is super in depth. Like they have 1, 2, and 3 are all really good. And then at the same time, like everybody's unique in their own way. So I think they all match each other really well. So like the DNs, Jack and JT are like a dynamic duo, and they work off each other. Just like Cage and Tehran work on each other in the inside. Like Mike Hall, like so many dudes, Tommy and Steele, Chip who came in and has been a monster, and then T Mac coming in and just working with Lathan, and everybody's been really cool about it. So it's just really cool to see everybody mingle well and get the defense figured out. I like that question. That's a good question. Um, what you think, bro? How high? Don't play with me now. Hold on, go. I want to hear. 91. Who 99? Who 98? Is anybody 99, 98? Okay, all right, cool. All right, bet. Cause I don't. I better be where everybody else at the top. But nah, I would say probably up there like 97, 98, hopefully. But that's NCAA though. You feel me? So hopefully, what you got as my throw power? Now, what you think? I'm put you on the spot. All right. Accuracy. I'm messing with you. All right, one more. Was that even an attribute? Run ability. Ah, you ain't been watching me play, bro. He playing. Nah, I'm messing with you. I appreciate it, brother. Right. I think it's exciting for him just to find different ways. I think it's exciting for Coach Day. Like Coach Day likes challenges like that, so he's excited to find new ways to get him the ball and try to make him get ball into space and different things like that. But at the same time, like you gotta go guard Marv too now, or you gotta go guard Mecca. You gotta go guard Cam Bab. You gotta go guard Julian. There's other dudes you gotta guard, so you can't just put them dudes on islands all game. Like it ain't gonna work like that. So yeah, I mean, I work with everybody probably around the same. Like, if I ask Marvin to come out, I mean, we have a group chat, so if Marvin wants to throw, he texts in the group chat, we all go throw. And then Kyle comes too, like, it ain't just me and just Marvin by ourselves, you know what I mean? Like, or if it is that, then I do that the next day with Jax or next day with Mac. You know what I mean? So it's all constant work with each other. It's not. It was never an issue. I think he'll tell you that. But at the same time, it could have been better. Definitely could have been more vocal. But at the same time, it definitely has gotten better. So, but everybody's like we've been. if you come to Ohio State and you gotta work with Coach Mick and he calls you to be a leader, that's what you're gonna be. So I definitely feel like last year we had leaders, but at the same time we could have been better. So I don't feel different as a leader. I feel the same, honestly. I feel maybe a little bit more responsibility when it comes to just uh, leading by example in a sense. Like I said earlier, just like lifting weights and stuff like that. I definitely feel like Coach Mick challenged me with that, and I think I have done that. So it's exciting to see how that's going to pay off. It's a lot of different things. I wouldn't just boil it down to one thing. I think if you do that, you're just putting pressure on yourself that's unneeded. But I mean, one of my main goals is win the national championship. But it's other things, other goals I have to reach to do that. So definitely excited to try to reach every goal and then hopefully get that main one. All right. Excuse me. We spend a lot of time together. Like I'll go over his crib. He'll come over mine. We'll go out to eat. So I mean, I don't know the exact hours, but I know it's more than 3, 4 times, 5 times a week. I mean, I see him every day, but like we're hanging outside of football 4 or 5 times a week, so it's cool. Yeah, yeah, it wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't be where we're at or what we've done without that. So I definitely feel like that is a main reason why we are where we're at. Them dudes have been working, man. I'm super proud of Kyle, super proud of Devin, just to see the growth that they made and the work that they put in. I definitely think Kyle has been super attentive to his work, his craft, and just being more comfortable being a leader. I definitely think he's been more vocal. And that's what I challenge him on. Just being more vocal. Even though I'm there, like, bro, you can still be vocal. Like, I'm not going to be mad at you, you know what I mean? Just because you are a quarterback as well. And I'm just proud of him for doing that. So, and then Devin, he's been learning, getting the playbook down, and he's really bright. He's really athletic. He can make every throw on the field. So I'm really excited to see how his future pans out. It's amazing, man, because you don't want to be in there by yourself. I think that adds pressure. So definitely just being in there with them has been cool for them to push me, and then they give me another way of thinking. They think different than I do, and I think different than they do. So we all feed off each other. I mean, it's not really up for me to decide. I mean, we just focus on us. I mean, if they're good, they're good. If we're good, we're good. Like at the end of the day, if we meet up, then I'll watch they film and see what they talking about. But I think it'll be out of my character, and I'll be going out of my lane if I just went out the way and just looked at them. But I do check in on Bryce and some of my boys on their team or Georgia. But I don't like just break them down just to break them down. You know what I mean? So I'm more competitive than him. Nah, that's the same. He's irritating when it comes to that, bro. Like if I beat him, like he won't tell it. Keep this a secret. But the other day we played horse. I beat him 9 times in a row. No, because he can't shoot. Yeah, he probably got me on golfing. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta learn. I got some lessons. I'm trying to learn too. Any y'all can golf? Who can teach me? My guy, you know what I'm saying? I see you out there. I'm the best shooter. The best basketball all around, I would say Cade Stover or Josh Proctor. But I can play with them boys. They'll tell you that. Bro, why you disrespecting, bro? Like, dang. I can play now. I got tape. Now I'm just playing. But nah, Dewan is probably the most polished basketball player. I honestly think if we played like football versus our basketball team, it'll be close. I think we'll win. Shout out to my boy Justice, by the way. But I told him that I can play. We can play. I'm trying to tell you, Jack's nice though. Jack's can play. He did. In what way? What'd he say? Explain. Every what? He loses to me a lot. How you more competitive and you lose to me? I don't get that, but it's okay. Some people are delusional. You know, some people just have mental issues, and I'm going to pray for Jackson. You know what I mean? He be all right. Nah, that's my guy, though. Nah, we both competitive. He'll tell you that, though. I don't like losing. He don't like losing either. I definitely do. I definitely think just being a multiple sport athlete is helpful in a sense. Just because, especially a quarterback, some of the movements I did on the basketball court, I do it now. He said he a 99. Hey, you a 99, bro? Yo, I'll leave him alone. Uh, but nah, uh, but nah, yeah, I definitely feel like basketball does help. And Garrett, I think Garrett, like the way he jumps in basketball is how he jumps in football. There's just different things like that. So I think it's really cool. I didn't know too much about Ohio State. I knew they had a great program and great players, but I never thought in a million years I'd be here. So it's really cool just to see how God can take you to somewhere like that. So I just trusted Him on that because I didn't know what I was doing, but it was cool just to come all the way here. I mean, come all the way to Columbus and see how it is and get a whole different view of life. The brotherhood, just like I went on my visit and I just seen how the team reacted with each other, and I thought it was different from everywhere else. And so I was like, I want to be part of that. It wasn't too much convincing for me. Yeah, you're good. Go ahead. No, ask. For me, and I've been telling this to my teammates, it was a awakening moment for us. Just like awakening. I mean, we knew that like anything can happen. It's football, you know what I mean. But at the same time, you got to work for that to not happen. And I think we did that last year. Like, it's just some things didn't go our way in the game, so it's okay. We just gonna learn from that. You know what I mean? So, but like everybody gives us their best shot, and we're ready for that. And we got to accept that as a team and just be ready to. Now we want everybody. You know what I mean? So, we'll go prove that this year. Excuse me. Right. Yeah, I think a lot of teams. I've had sometimes where we go out there and the defense switch the whole defense. Like you know what I mean. So uh, even sometimes before I catch it, Coach Day is like, oh, he already knows. But if I do catch it before he does, or I do see something, I go up to him and tell him what I see, and he has the utmost respect for he has the utmost respect for my feedback, and so I think that took time though. It built more trust between us. So I definitely think that's a healthy relationship we have with that. Yeah, we were playing Maryland, and we were in a bunch concept where we went four verticals out of the bunch, and they run something we call box. So basically, it's just four defenders that kind of make a box. So one takes out, one takes the deep half, and the other takes the other half, and then the wheel or the mic or the Sam will take the inside. So with that, we try to make a little beater into it, and so we ran it. And as I snapped the ball, they fly to cover two. And that's one thing Coach Day actually helps me on. He doesn't. He always makes sure when I write on my notes, what is your plan if this happens? So I already had my plan, and then went to cover two, and we had a big game. Next play, we go down, we score. So Jackson had like ran we call it a seam, to where he just attacked the mic, split it up the middle, and split the safeties, and I hit him on it. So and we got it. Excuse me. Tissue. Yes, please. Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. Anybody? He cat. Why is he lying? This isn't like Jackson. What have y'all done to my guy? Y'all see this tortillas challenge? All right, let me think about it. If you're nice to me, I appreciate you guys. God bless, man. Thank you.